Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at input-output tables. This is Readiness Practice 4.5b, the advanced version. If you are interested in exploring the intermediate or proficient versions of 4.5b, or the Readiness Practice resources aligned with any other standard, you can find those by using the link in the video description. So we have this one sentence at the top here that says there's a video game that awards players points based on every level they complete. So you get a level, multiply it by 4, and then you add 2, and that gets your points. So we need to complete this table here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take what they have here. I'm just going to kind of bring it down into the table. So the level, so I've got 4 levels, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to multiply each by 4. And then we're going to add 2. And then that's going to equal my points. So if we could just take this expression and we can just transfer it down here, we can just do what it says. So when we're thinking of order of operations, we always multiply or divide first. So we're going to do 1 times 4. And so I'm going to draw that in a slightly different color. I'll say 1 times 4 is 4. And then 4 plus 2 is going to make your 6. 2 times 4 is 8. So 8 plus 2 is going to make 10. 3 times 4 is 12. Add the 2 is 14. 4 times 4 is 16. Add the 2, get you 18. So it looks like your outputs are going up by 4, but that's only because the inputs are going up by 1. We are going to have to jump up to level 10. So we'll do that, and we can just bring it like this. 10 times 4 plus 2. So 10 times 4 is 40. Add the 2 equals 42. All right, so we've got 42 points if the the player, completes level 10. We also need to write the rule as a numerical expression. So they kind of give it to us in words up there, but we'll go ahead and just put it up there. So we can just look at it like this. Times 4 plus 2. It's a two-parter. Multiply by 4, then you add 2. And then let's describe the pattern of the points earned. Right? So we notice that the points, so we'll say when the input or the level, which is the input, increases by 1, we can say the points increase by 4. So that's one pattern. And obviously, we kind of jumped a big chunk when we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. We figured out level 10 gets you 42 points. So that's just one pattern. You might have described something different. For our second problem, we need to find the rule. We're going to actually write the expression. In the last problem, we wrote it on the left side. There's actually a central column. Sometimes you'll see the expression itself is a central column. So 36, I can get to 18 two different ways. It's getting smaller, so I can subtract something. So 36 minus 18, okay, gets me to 18. Or I can actually cut it in half. I can divide it by 2. So both of those could work. And I'm not going to know unless I test it out. I don't know what's going to work on 22 because I don't have an output, but I do have 54. So let's see what happens if I do 54 minus 18. What's that going to give me? That's going to get me 36, not 27. But if I do 54 divided by 2, then it's going to be, there we go, that's that 27. 27, 27 make 54. So my expression is going to be the input and then divided by 2. That's my rule. And so now I can do this one for 22. 22 divided by 2 makes 11. 54 divided by 2 makes 27. Now this is a tricky one. We don't want to say 24 for the input on the last one. Something divided by 2 is going to make 48. And 24 divided by 2, that's 48 divided by 2. So something cut in half makes 48, which means it's got to be really big if you cut it in half, and it's already 48. So I need to go backwards. I need to double 48. If you double 48, you get 96. So now I can cut 96 in half and get 48. So I'll say the rule, divide by 2, cuts the input in half. That's one way to describe it. Divide by 2 is cutting in half. Now our third problem, we need to write the rule, and that's it. We've got a full input table, a full output table, but it's a tricky rule. I'm getting smaller again, so I've got two options. I can either subtract 16 minus 15 equals 1, or I guess I could divide. 16 divided by itself makes 1. Anything divided by itself makes 1, right? So let's look at this 160. Is 160 minus 15 going to get me that? No, it's not even going to get close. 160 minus 15, that's going to get 145. What if I divide by 16? 16 into 160. Yeah, look, it's going to go in 10 times. It's a power of 10. So that's going to work. So that's my rule. And if you want to figure it out, yes, 16 goes into 256 16 times, right? So we can say 16 goes into 256, right? That's going to be 96, and that's 96 right there. And then this one we can actually kind of get mentally. 400 divided by 16 equals 25, because 25 cents is a quarter. 4 quarters make $1, so 4 sets of 4 make $4 or 400 cents, and that's 16. So what is my rule? My rule is divided by 16. If you are interested in exploring the 4.5B Readiness Practice resources aligned with the intermediate or proficient versions, or the Readiness Practice resources aligned with any other standard, you can find those by using the link in the video description.